So, let me see. What should I do before we start reading? Because, we got to wait for people to start coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Did you click on Home Alone? When you click on it, sometimes it make the story bigger. Yep, see? I knew it was more to it than just that. I already had it. I already done it.
Nah.
So, it's okay. Alright. So let's get it, y'all. I'm gonna be reading Ready Stories with my daughter. So we're gonna read as much as we can before one of us gets tired and we end the live. And that's how we're gonna do it. Same way we did it yesterday. I mean, I was already on live doing it. Then she came and joined me, but then she had to go. So and then I ended it right after you left. So yeah, well, it's hot. Yeah, and we also gotta hurry up before I go to bed because my battery on that thing dies quick. So yeah, you want to start or you want me to start?
You start this time.
I started last time.
I started last time.
I started the live. You came in the middle of me live.
Okay, but then for the last story, I started off, so you start this one.
Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
I started off yesterday. No. Before I'm gonna give you that look when I finish reading.
You but not.
When I was around 5 years old, my mom and I lived with my grandparents. She was a single mother at the time and worked and was in college. At this time, she was dating this guy. Always, my grandparents' house had always had paranormal activities due to their neighborhood being built over Native Americans' brutal ground.
SMH.
Yes, shush.
That's what you say. SMH.
Well, after spending the day with my mom and her
Hey y'all,
boyfriend,
thank y'all for joining. Can y'all like the live, please? Thank you.
they decided to take me back home and drop me off because it was getting too late and obvious I had school in the morning. It was maybe 8 or 9. My grandparents were supposed to be home. They usually were if they weren't out getting groceries or necessarily
Where's you at? I can't even.
at work. But they had work during the day. When we pulled up to the house, my grandparents' vehicle was gone. Should I mention this? But my mom's boyfriend at the time was a giant kid. He was extremely childish. Always, he told my mom. Anyways, he told my mom he would bring me into the house to make sure someone was home.
That's weird.
My aunt lived there too, who had just graduated high school, and the same thing with her. If she was not, she at work.
that
makes sense.
No, they be making typos sometimes. It be like that.
She was at home or out with friends, but that was usually during weekends. She didn't have a car at this time. My aunt, this is why he offered coming into the house with me while my mom went in the car to make sure my aunt was home before dropping me off. Well, we walked into the house and it was dead quiet at first until we heard heavy footsteps upstairs. I thought it was my auntie, so I yelled her name and called her Linda. Laugh out loud, I yelled, "Aunt Linda, I'm home," and began to race upstairs. When I got upstairs, it was pitch black. None of the lights were on.
Oh, heck nah. Oh, heck nah. It was pitch black and wasn't none of the lights on when she got upstairs. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh, because you talking.
But yeah, I wouldn't want to be there. Nah, no pitch black. Nope.
This jerk mom's boyfriend at the time heard me yell his name as I came back from upstairs hallway and made my way to the staircase to make sure my way back downstairs to let him know no one was home. Tell me why he literally took off running outside and to his car and got in. I was small. I started crying and running as fast as I could down the stairs and out the door we had downstairs. It led me to the front house driveway. I started waving my arm in the air. At this point, the vehicle was already driving away from the house. I was terrified because as young as I was, I knew that something wasn't right with that house. It's getting a little creepier from there, so there I am bawling my eyes outside. The house phone is upstairs in the house, but I'm way too scared to go up there. So I decided to stay downstairs in the living room. We had cable at the time, so I turned the TV on. It was on MTV. I remember that because I was trying to figure out how to change the channel.
Dang. That's wild.
So while I was trying to change the channel to Nickelodeon, I pressed the wrong button, causing the TV to go to complete static. So while this is all going on, I can hear loud footsteps upstairs going all the way to the staircase. I hear whatever it is stopping at the staircase and start coming downstairs. I run out the downstairs living room and outdoor to leave it to the driveway. Right next door literally is one of my uncles and his family that lived there. So why didn't I just go there? Simple. It's nighttime, it's dark, and his house is also known for paranormal activity, but I can see the kitchen light is on, so I know my cousins and aunts and uncles are home. I am outside yelling for my uncle and crying, scared to go back inside because I know something is in there. I know it wasn't possible that he heard me now that I'm older. I eventually go back inside and the TV is on MTV. Now I'm super scared because something did it and it was not me. I fell asleep on the couch crying and scared as I continued to hear footsteps upstairs that at some point sounds like somebody is running up
Hey Marva, how you doing,
and
love?
down the upstairs hallway, occasionally pausing at the staircase. When I fell asleep for good and woke up, it was daytime and I am covered with a blanket. I go upstairs because I can smell breakfast food and can hear my grandparents and aunt talking. That's when they asked me what happened. I said I got left there because my mom's boyfriend thought it would be funny to run out of the house and leave me instead of telling my mom no one was in the home. When my mom gets home, she is literally horrified. Her face is shocked. She told her boyfriend. She said her boyfriend told her aunt was home. He heard her upstairs. She did not break up with him and nothing like that happened again before because she got rid of the idiot. But who even does that to a kid? Like something has to be serious wrong with you. It's not funny at all.
It's crazy how she said that when I just left.
He is rot in hell.
I just started laughing and then she said something about it not being funny. That's crazy, ain't it? So let's see what some of these comments said because Why would he do that to her, though? The house... Okay, you think he did it just because he wanted to leave her? Or do you think he did it because he seen something, he was scared, so he dipped out and forgot her? Which one you think it was?
I think it's because, you know, she said she went up there and nobody was there. But he know she said the footsteps was right there. And she know it wasn't them because if it was coming upstairs and it was downstairs, it wasn't them. So I think when he went to the staircase with her, I think he either seen somebody or he was just scared and he ran out the door and didn't tell her. And I think she didn't see it.
Probably. That could be the case.
Because he said the girl, she was running downstairs. So apparently it had to be somebody behind the little girl that he scared and ran down. Because if she ran downstairs, then right.
You only got 3 more stuff. I gotta read the next one.
Go.
People be so miserable. Somebody just came on here and said, shut up. Like I give a hell. People stupid. You shut up. The hell? Like that's supposed to hurt my feelings.
Can I use... Who they say shut up to?
I don't know and I don't care.
Can I use this for a YouTube channel video? Because I am starting a True Horror Stories YouTube channel. And I think this story will be great. And I will be crediting you for the post. And I hope you can reply and tell me if I have permission or not. And that was from Rocket Gunner. Alright. Stubbs some bass 8377. LAM Llamas. And from Drake Mid. And then they said yes we can.
So that's the end of that story. Now we just gotta move on to the next one. Crazy stuff. What's that? My kid creepy as F. Uh-oh, and I got a kid too. I don't know if I want to read this, y'all. What y'all think? Should I read it? Because my kid creepy too.
I'm not creepy.
You be doing creepy stuff.
You creepy.
Oh, this one gonna be easy for me. It's a little one. You be getting the big ones. Okay.
How about I read this one and you get the
No,
next one?
you just read a big one.
No, I'll read this
one.
Let me read this one.
This one is called My Kid Creepy as F. And it says it's my daughter. Oh, and I got a daughter. Bro, this, I don't even know. I might not read this one. Alright, but it says, I'm gonna read it again. My kid creepy as F. So my daughter was about 5 years old. It was late and she was already in her room next to mine and fast asleep. Single mom. I was the only adult in my house. I had a newborn son as well. I wasn't paying too much attention at the time. Well, to the time. But I was getting pretty sleepy and turned my lamp off to go to sleep when a heavy thud quickly followed by a loud bang rattled the walls separating our rooms. Ooh. I ran out of my room and got to her door. Turned the handle and walked into the dark expecting crying any minute now. Silence. At 5 though. The bed was made. My daughter was not in her room at all. The house was locked up and dark. Panicking, I looked around bewildered for her. She was nowhere. Ooh, where your daughter go, girl? Turned back down the hall, and before I could get to a light switch further into the lounge area, I saw her. Silent, asleep, just standing, but in the middle of the room where the couch was, about 4 inches off the couch, in the air. What the world you mean in the air? In the middle of the air, levitating. Just there. Eyes closed, no sound, no crying. I couldn't even move for about 30 seconds. Turned the light on and, yep, just floating, mid-air, standing straight up, not moving, not awake, just floating there in the middle of the lounge room. Felt like my legs were concreted to the floor because I walked over to her slowly and put my arm around her waist, pulled her down from the air before trying to wake her up and see what the F had just happened. She was deeply asleep. I took her to my bed for the rest of the month and moved her to a different room after that. I never heard or seen anything like that before. What the F was that? It never happened again since I'll never forget it. Yeah. My newborn was in his cradle in my bedroom. I still can't get over her door being closed and her bed being made as if it never put her as if I'd never put her to bed. Wow. And then it says, wow, I would have moved out that night. And then somebody was like, I moved out a few months afterwards. I still tell my daughter about this just in case she does it again. But I've still never heard of anything else like it. Wow, that's actually creepy. Knowing the bed, I said bed. Knowing the bed has been made like that. I never closed her door either. It was on a latch and couldn't be swept closed by wind or anything else. So that's crazy. That's how you know it's paranormal. I saw one of my brothers once in the
paranormal means
scary stuff, like ghosts and all of that. I saw one of my
Said our house in paranormal.
I saw one of my brothers once in the middle of the night moving gently through the bedroom we shared, not floating or so, but also as though it looked like he had, what that mean? Tie-dyed his bed. And after a half a minute or so, he eventually dressed himself. I went back to sleep, not questioning what happened or being surprised. That morning at breakfast table, I told everyone my brother did not remember, but my mother said he was probably whatever that is, and it was said to be very good that I did not startle or wake him. Yeah, they do say that. When people are sleepwalking like that, it could be scary, but you're not supposed to wake them. Because if you wake them, it could be bad. Like, very bad. This is super creepy. I need to go Google that meaning of whatever that is. Oh, yeah, because she was levitating. Yeah, she was. So I was asleep. It's standing on thin air. This is super creepy. I've passed out from fright.
If you passed out, how you text?
That's like somebody from yesterday. They one of the stories I read, the person had died or whatever, but he wrote the story. So I'm just like, how are you dead and got ate up?
Wife,
no, that's not the one I'm talking about. You wasn't in here. How are you writing a story but you're dead though? So how that work?
You could be writing in heaven.
Jayon, for real. My legs felt like weights. Wait, did I read that comment? Oh yeah. My legs felt like weights. I just stood there for maybe a minute, solid, just standing here before I could even walk over there to coax her down. This is absolutely horrifying. I know you were totally in shock and fright. Don't get on Reddit much, so sorry for the late response. I don't know your religious convictions, but it sounds as though your daughter is being groomed by an evil or demonic presence. I have been plagued with an attachment, and it gets out of control fast. Don't ignore this. God will help you. I haven't found that help yet, but no, He is with me. She will show all signs. She will show other signs eventually. Man, I would like to believe she just had superpowers that need to be developed. The alternative is far scarier. Yeah, that is true. Think over the superpowers. That way you ain't got to think about it as she's haunted or somebody or evil spirit is after her.
I gave you the short one. It's not fair. And then watch me get another long one. Just watch.
What is it gonna hurt?
Me.
You like to read.
If it's interesting like food.
Oh, you thought you was slick. Read the comment. How many comments is it? Oh, so you thought you was slick. That's all right. Let me find my own story next time.
No, that's too short.
Let me find me one line.
Okay, now find me zero.
Don't play with the. Go back up. Don't play with the dove. Oh, I thought they was gonna say dog.
I want to stretch out.
Stretch out how? Like lay down.
Mm.
You could have laid down on the bed. Sure. Hold on. All this stuff right here, you could just. I'm looking for love. Let me move all this stuff. Throw this stuff over.
Can you still see like that?
Yeah, but you gonna lay like that?
Yeah, I'm comfortable like this.
Are you sure?
Mhm.
Cause honey, you can definitely. I need to move all this stuff anyway. It's aggravating. I'm going all over here. I'm gonna have to clean this shit up anyway. See those eyes?
Yes.
Why you look at it?
I did.
You liked it?
Yeah. That's making me have nightmares.
How?
Cause I'm like, look, ew, feet, ew. I'm like,
Some of it is no, but for real, some of it is showing. Thank you for the like. We just got a like. But no, for real, some of it be showing the pictures and stuff that go with it. Like for real. What happened? What happened? Oh, because you got another short story. You think you slick?
I'm trying to get one like kind of
Don't work. Don't be like me. Don't do that. You don't need to be like me. We got a like though.
Okay, this.
Thank y'all.
Got me a short. Okay.
And you ain't even got no comments. You ain't even got no comments. That's crazy. Just hand me some of that stuff. Let's get you some of this stuff up here, please. You think I want to throw this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then hand me my pen. I'm not about to throw that. Just hand me my pen. Wait. What's over there somewhere? Throw that over there behind him. That'll be alright. Hand me that box. Really? You shook it. I don't even shine the light over there because I need that. That's my pen. Oh my God, bro. You do too much. Now you should be good, and then you can you had how many things right there? Now we good. The bed is cleaned. It's cleaned. Now you can get on the bed, stretch out, all types of stuff. All right, y'all. We about to get on to the next story. My baby is about to read this one. Hand me the thing. You can read.
I'm through.
Hand me the thing right there.
It'll be okay right here.
Go ahead.
The death. It happened to me when I was in 3rd grade. By the afternoon, I came from my elementary school, and at that time, I was waiting for my school service to arrive and get me home. Therefore, while waiting, I went inside the sport complex. The sport complex is near the lakeside. I was sitting on a bench when I saw a man dressed in white going towards the lake, so I followed. He was moving swiftly, then he suddenly disappeared. I saw no one on the lake. The next day, the chairman of the village saw a dead body of a high school boy floating on the lake. The chairman has rules that swimming on the lake is prohibited. Some say there are a group of boys who were breaking the rules and swam on the lake, and the guy were left drowned because of their panic. I don't the whole story while he died of drowning. There are plenty of rumors about his death.
I'm mad.
Well,
Cause your story was short. You didn't have any comments, and then you couldn't look at me like you was yesterday.
I did got some comments.
Girl, ain't no comments. Where you see something at?
This story is very sad. I could never be. I remember when I was drowning on the lake before.
Yeah, she finished that story in less than 5 seconds. She thinks she's slick. She tried to pick a short story. That's weird. Now she gotta find me a story. Mm-mm.
You don't want this one?
Nope. I don't. Nope. 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 Nope.
Boogeyman.
Nope.
You don't want to read about no boogeyman?
Nope. Nope. Is that your brother? Nope. Shadows in our house. Nope. That's update 6. So how many? Dang, I wonder how many updates it is. Nope. 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 No. Nope. 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 No. You can't find it. What are you doing? Abortion house. We should start to believe kids a little more. Ooh. Click on it and see how long it is. Oh my Jesus. Well, at least it ain't that many comments. I could read. I read fast. All right. Let's see what's talking about bleed kids a little bit more, y'all.
Mama.
All right, y'all. I gotta read this long tail story, and my daughter think it's funny because it's long. Let me see this.
You gotta read the whole paper.
Be alright.
You gotta read it.
Be alright. All right, y'all. So this is called "We Should Start to Believe Kids a Little More." This happened to me when I was about 8 years old. Here we go. A little backstory. At the time, I lived in Spain because my father found a good job in this country at that time, and it was making good money, so we decided to move with him. We lived there for about a year in this large apartment. 1 master bedroom, 3 other smaller bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 1 big kitchen. That apartment building was pretty old, but was renovated in the recent years. The apartment had the stereotypical long, spooky hallway that I was always afraid of, but never really paid much attention to. One night when I was in my room and watching TV, for context, my room was pretty small and the door was at the center of the room, and a commercial was on, so I yelled for my mother. She was in the kitchen to bring me some juice because the commercial was going to end and my show was about to start, and I didn't want to miss it. My room was pitch black because there was no windows. What the hell? You was in a room with no windows. Oh no, that's the first red flag. The only existing light was from my small Barbie TV that we had bought recently, so that I would also have one in my room. Because I didn't hear any response, I turned to my door. My room was like a cube, and I was on the right side of that cube, and my bed was facing back from the door, and that's when I saw it. A hand. It was grabbed at the right side of the door. At first, that's crazy. That's wild, ain't it? At first, I thought it was my mom trying to scare me because at that time, she was still young and we would play pranks on each other. The only reason I might have thought it was her hand, it was because it had long nails, but I quickly realized that it was way too white. Wait, what did it say? Hold on, y'all. It was, hold on, that's my face. It had long nails, but I quickly realized that it was way too white to be her hand, but I still called out to whatever that thing was. Mommy, is that you? Come on, don't. I think they meant come on, but they said come on. Come on. Come on. Don't do this to me. Mommy, please stop, I yelled and got out of my bed, almost crying, and walked slowly to the door to grab her hand. But I stopped because I honestly don't know why in that moment when I was so close to touching that hand on the door, I just stopped and just ran into my bed. I just kept staring at the TV, ignoring it and not giving it any sort of attention, hoping it would just go away. I would occasionally glance back to see if it was still there. My bed was practically glued to the wall, so if I just looked with the corner of my eye, I could see that hand gripping the door frame and the wall. It was one of the worst nights of my life because I tried calling my mom again, but it didn't work. The next morning, I don't remember how I fell asleep. I went into the kitchen and saw my mom making breakfast, and I asked her if she was last night trying to scare me by putting her hand on the door frame, and if she didn't hear me calling out for her very loudly. She had an extremely confused expression on her face and asked me, "Did you smoke something?" As a joke, of course. She said I was actually quiet last night and she never even came in the hallway. What the world? She said she prepared food for the next day and then went to bed. I'm so sad that I didn't have access to any kind of phone back then to take a picture or even call someone. All I have are my clear as water memories of that horrible night. Sorry for Grandma, autocorrect is to blame here. Hey, a bit of an update on the whole thing because I might know what happened that night, but recently, what the heck was that? But recently, I saw this video and it said that if you face two mirrors, it's basically an open door for stuff to come in. Remember The Shining? From what I remember, the book was inspired by a real hotel. And what did the hotel lobby have in the lobby? Mirrors. Where? On the walls, facing each other. You can draw your own conclusions from this. So like I said, the apartment had 3 rooms, and one of the rooms, which was at the end of the hallway, had 2 closets, and on the doors of the closets there were mirrors. And what would little 6-year-old me do? Face the mirrors and look at my reflection to see myself. The more I put the mirrors together, the more reflections of me I would see. I used to do this almost every day, multiple times a day. So yeah, when I was 6, I probably let into this world some kind of entity who knows, and they either came to my room that night, or B, they possessed my mom. Honestly, I don't know which one it was more probable. I don't know if it's still there or if it followed me. Who knows? That's wild. And then somebody was like, that had to be terrifying. It ever happened again? I do think your mom not being able to hear you and the hand